Hi, good morning everyone. Uday, Uday.
Yeah, good morning, good morning.
So last class we had discussed about what is how to play with Git GUI, how to play with the Git GUI. That's enough. So just to practice it, try to install GUI, that is Tata S Git software. Once install, we can easily understand. But no need to type everything manually, and everything we can operate so with via right mouse. With the help of mouse we can everything, that is GUI, right? Very simple.
Yeah,
Okay, we can. But in if you industry, most of the case if client is allow, we can install GUI also, or else mostly we have to work with only CLI. So that is the reason initial I explained how to work with CLI only. So compared to CLI, GUI is very simple, right?
yeah,
So
but
very simple only. So that is the reason. So we learn GUI. Now today we are going to start basics Linux and all. So if you attend any right DevOps interview, and most of the people they are expecting basic Linux also. So how to work with a few Linux commands, and right some basic commands, they won't ask very deep admin level and network and all. So frequently they are asking few Linux commands. I will explain. That's it. Maximum 10 to 15 commands only. If you learn 10 to 15 commands, that's it. Apart from this, they won't ask any right deep. Clear?
okay.
Okay. So but they are expecting. Do you know Linux? Everyone asking. Do you know Linux? Did you work Linux flavor? Or did you work Windows flavor? Windows almost everyone know how to work with Windows side. Okay, but Linux also we need to learn. Now today we are going to discuss some basics, what is Linux flavor and what is advantages, and and we'll see some basic right features and all. So can you see my screen?
Yes,
Okay, now so if you go here, I will share this document. Just go through this one, that's enough. And so mostly right so just we'll see overview, what is Linux, what is Linux. All are flavor in Windows, right? There is multiple flavors available. If you go old, Windows 98, Windows 2000, Windows 2023, Windows 2008, next we are using right Windows 10, 11, different flavors, right?
yes, yes,
Yeah, so but interview no one is asking, just for your understanding purpose, this and all no one is asking, this flavors and all. And so if you go Windows operating system nothing but this is one of right, it is handling our hardware software devices and all. Let me go to here. In old days, I hope maybe you hear this Windows Win98, that is Windows 98 operating system. This is old. Next Windows 2000, this is a different flavor, and every version they added some features, right? Every
yes,
version, every release, they added some features and all. So every release they added some features and all. Based on this, we are working on that. And also Windows 2003, I work on from here. Windows, Windows, Windows 2003. Now we are using Windows 2000, 208, 10, 11. This is the latest version. Windows, I think Windows 11, late 11. If you go here, my computer, if you want to know, so if you go here, if you go here, if you go here, if you go here, how to go to here, my computer, go to here, where is my PC, go to properties, and so here we can understand, so which operating system this is. Windows specification, see here, Windows 11 home. My edition is Windows 11 home. This is the mostly nowadays we are using 11 or 10, right? This is the
yes,
latest flavor. Same way, if you come to Linux also, there is different flavors available in also Linux. Just will see, but all our purpose is same only, and every release, so they enhanced, they added new features. That's it. But basic functionality is working every flavor, every version. but some extra features every release they are adding. Now we'll see what is Linux, what is Unix, and how it will work. This is also one type of operating system. By using this, right, users, applications, communicate with the hardware components. Suppose without operating system, can you work with laptop or desktop, anything?
No.
No, that is basic point. For example, you buy one new laptop or you buy one new mobile. Suppose if you don't have any software, mobile or laptop or desktop, wherever it may be, okay, we cannot work with. So with the help of software, we can play with your hardware components. We can play with your, see, application communicate with the hardware components. So generally, it was developed and created in 1960s. The first English flavor was released, developed, so 1960s. So someone put on mute, please. I'm getting some echo. Okay, thank you. Now see here, with a lot of extensions and improvements, base versions, and there is several flavors introduced by organization companies. So this is Red Hat Linux, Ubuntu Linux, CentOS Linux. There is many flavors in Linux. These are the major. These are the major. Okay. So in interview also, mostly if they are which flavor they are asking means, we are saying only this flavor only. We are saying only this and all. So mostly we are saying, so we are using so Red Hat Linux. We are using so Red Hat Linux or Ubuntu or CentOS. So these are the major flavors. And Windows we can see, right, 98, 2000, 2023, Windows 11, Windows 8, 10, like this. But if you come to Linux related, so these are the different flavors. Red Hat Linux, Ubuntu, CentOS. So this is mostly we are going to discuss. These are the some of the features. The same Windows, what are the features? Same like this is like Windows. Right now I am using Windows operating system. This is the Windows, right? Without operating system, we cannot work with your hardware devices. Same way, in Linux also, that is one type of operating system. And with the help of Linux, we are going to work with your hardware devices. See here, this is it is a freeware and open source software. Right? Nowadays, most of the DevOps tools all are open source only. Right? Are you paying any amount? Are you paying any amount? No, right?
No.
So these
No.
all are the open source and freeware. So now even so with the help of we are work with. Same way, this is also freeware. Directly we can download from internet. We can work with no need to pay anything. So this and all. But Windows this and all we need to pay some amount. In company also for Windows genuine operating system, the company people organization they are paying some amount. But if we come to Linux side, no need to pay anything. This is open source only, freeware only. Linux can be used multiple users simultaneously, hence it is multi-user operating system. Right? So multiple users. So multiple users working parallel means I hope everyone know. So this is the one user. I am the one. This is the Linux operating system. So this is the Linux operating system. But this is my Windows operating system. Right now I am using Windows 11, right? And if I want to work with users simultaneously, I need to configure some extra concepts, DNS and all. Okay. So that is we need to server side, Windows server and their network and all they need to configure. So this is a but Linux is Unix is this is multi operating system. This is multi-user operating system. See here, multiple users working simultaneously. So who are working. So for example, here four people are working. So everyone can work with parallelly. Everyone work with parallelly. Directly we can connect with the server. We can work with parallelly. That is the one is default behavior and several tasks can be executed simultaneously. This is nothing but multitasking, right? Multitasking, several tasks can be executed. For example, so now I am explaining classes, and same way I am drawing something, right? Same time, at the same time we are going to do more than one task at the time, correct? So that is nothing but several tasks can be executed simultaneously, parallelly. I hope everyone know what is so multitasking, how it will work. Parallel means so now I am doing same work, more than one task at the time. I am speaking and I am doing I am drawing some images and all. Like this, this is nothing but multi, see here, simultaneously. and it is user friendly, provided by the both CLI and GUI. I hope CLI, command line interface. GUI means we can work with like Windows also. We can work with like Windows also. But real time, mostly we are work with CLI only. Okay. So mostly we are work with CLI. So even Windows also there is two ways we can work with CUI. Sorry, CLI, command line interface. What is this? Command line interface. GUI means graphical, correct? Graphical user interface. Graphical means everything we can work with mouse. Everything we can work with mouse. Everything we can work with mouse. CLI means each and everything we have to write commands only. Each and everything we have to write a command level. Each and we have to write command level. So now when compare with Windows, Unix is more secure. When compare with Windows, Unix is more secure. So I hope many people here, right? Security. సో నా సిస్టమ్కి వైరస్ వచ్చింది, వైరస్ అటాక్ అయింది. నవ్ గాట్ ఇట్. మోస్ట్లీ దిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఇష్యూస్ వీఆర్ ఫేసింగ్ ఓన్లీ విండోస్. వైరస్ అనేది ఎక్కువ ఏ సిస్టమ్ ఎక్కడ ఎక్కడ చూస్తుంటాం మనం? విండోస్ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్. నవ్ గాట్ ఇట్. బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ కమ్ టు యునిక్స్, ఆర్ లైనక్స్, సో దిస్ రైట్, see, secure is very more. Unix is more secure compared to Windows. మనం చూస్తుంటాం కదా, వైరస్ అంటా ఉంటాం. ఫైల్స్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఓపెనింగ్, మై ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ వర్కింగ్ ప్రాపర్లీ, ఇట్ ఈస్ హ్యాంగింగ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ స్లో. ఐ హోప్ యూ ఆల్సో ఫేస్డ్ మెనీ టైమ్స్, రైట్? ఎస్, కార్తిక్. సో దట్ ఈస్ వైరస్. బట్ కంపేర్డ్ టు విండోస్, యునిక్స్ there is more secure, because here most of the files we are saving in text format. So for example, you saved one document in txt format. You saved one document in txt format. Now you typed some data. You typed some data. And did you face any problem for text files? Text files ఎప్పుడైనా వైరస్ వచ్చింది చూసినారా? It is not opening. It is corrupted. I hope you got it right. మన టెక్స్ట్ ఫైల్లో సేవ్ చేసే ఏదైనా డేటాని ఎనీ టైమ్ యూ కెన్ ఓపెన్. దర్ ఈస్ నో ప్రాబ్లం ఫర్ టెక్స్ట్ ఫైల్. Suppose if you open any right, so Windows document file, Windows format, sometimes maybe it will open or it won't open. Clear Vaday? Maybe
Yes, sir. It will open.
text file, if you save any data in text file, anytime any operating system happily we can open, we can work with text file. For text files it won't affect any virus and all. We are saving only .txt file, simple format we are saving data. So that is the reason this text files and all, even if we save one operating system, this same file we can open anywhere, any operating system. There is no effect. Suppose I saved one document doc format, doc document format. Maybe I used in 203 version. Suppose if we open another laptop, maybe that version is a lower version compared to this version. Your operating system, Windows, that is MS Office. It won't open obviously. Usually it won't open. There is some problem. But if we save any data in a text file, we can open this text file, any system, any flavor, any version. There is no problem. That is the main advantage. I hope you got it right. So if you save in other format, maybe some version problem we are unable to open. But if you save any data in text, మీరు ఏదైనా ఫైల్ని నోట్ ప్యాడ్లో కానీ సేవ్ చేసి పెట్టుకున్నారనుకో, వీ కెన్ ఓపెన్ దిస్ ఫైల్ ఎనీ వర్షన్, ఎనీ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్, దర్ ఈస్ నో ఇష్యూ. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద సమ్ బేసిక్ పాయింట్. See, when compared to Windows, Unix is more secure, and that is the reason industries 99% so all servers running in Linux only, Unix flavor only. But practice purpose, mostly we are discussing Windows, right? Mostly we are discussing Windows. But if you come to organization, 100% all servers are running in real time Unix or Linux only. All servers, all servers are running only Linux flavor and Unix flavor. We are not going to use any Windows. But practice purpose, mostly we are using Windows here. But if we come to Linux, 100% all servers running which flavor? Red Hat or Ubuntu or CentOS, this flavor. That's simply nothing but so Linux. I hope clear, guys. Anyone any doubt here? Yes or no?
No, sir. No doubt, sir.
Okay. So industry lo 100% we are using only these servers only. Red Hat servers or Ubuntu servers, CentOS, Linux and all. We never ever used Windows server. Windows is only for desktop purpose. Laptop or desktop purpose we are using Windows. That's it. But all servers, maybe Jenkins server, right, Jenkins how to set up, already sir explained. So that Jenkins server mostly we are setting only in real time. That Jenkins server is running only Linux flavor only Linux, not in Windows, not in Windows. Just remember, this is a basic point. So Tomcat server, Linux server, Java server, Weblog server, any server, 100% in real time all servers running only this flavor only, not in Windows machine. In rare case, if that project is very simple and that is independent project, that is very static project, so that case we are going to set up Windows. But most of the cases we are using only these servers, only we are using these servers. I hope clear. That's it. Now see here, these are the different flavors. In Windows, right, what are the flavors available? See here, Windows 98, Windows 2000, 2023, Windows 8, Windows 11, Windows 10. Same. These are the different flavors in Windows. But interview, no one is asking. Okay, just remember your understanding purpose. Same way, if you come to here, Linux flavor, see Unix flavor. Unix is an open source, multi flavors available in lot of extensions and improvements. See here, Ubuntu, this is also one operating system. Red Hat, this is also one operating system. CentOS, one operating system. Fedora, see here, Slackware, Open Solaris. See, these are the SLES, Open SUSE. There is different flavors. Even if you go here, now observe here, right, how to download Jenkins. If you type download Jenkins. Now here we can see multiple flavors, different flavor operating systems. If we close here, see here, Docker, Kubernetes, Ubuntu, Debian, this is also one flavor. Red Hat, Fedora, and see, CentOS, this is also one flavor. Windows, this is our Windows flavor. OpenSUSE, next free BSD. Now see here, how many flavors available. These are the operating systems based on. So suppose if you want to set up a Jenkins in Windows, we are selecting this one. Suppose I want to set up my Jenkins server, Red Hat mission. I need to select this one. Suppose I want to set up my Jenkins server, Ubuntu server. We need to select this one. Clear, guys? Anyone any doubt? But these are the flavors. This is the different operating systems. So based on your operating system, suppose my operating system is Mac OS. So we have to select Mac OS. Clear? Yes or no? Anyone any doubt? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay. So now if you go to here, same way. This is the different flavors. Now see here, all these flavors have lot of similarities, but all are same only. But hence we are perfect with the one flavor and we can work with any other flavors also. Suppose, right, this is operating system. For example, how to work with Windows 2003 operating system. You can happily work with Windows 11 also. There is not much variation. All are similar only. Only some extra features they will add. Only we are going to learn that one only. Suppose you know how to work with Red Hat Linux. You can happily work with Ubuntu also. Suppose you know how to work with Ubuntu, you can happily work with CentOS also. So these are the some basic points. Just remember, see here, and so if you are perfect with one flavor, and we can work with any other flavors very simple way, easy way. Okay. Now right. These are the intervals. So what is the components of Unix? What are the components of Unix? In interview also one or two case they asked what is the Linux architecture. Simply they are asking what is the Linux architecture. They are asking, this is interview question. So mostly they asked. So what is Linux architecture or Unix architecture? If we give means this is the Linux architecture. See here, architecture of Linux. So same only, just only very simple architecture, that is not much difficult, very simple. We can, this is a very important interview also many people ask this question. Can you explain so what are the main components, or can you explain what is the architecture of Linux? I hope you got it right. See here, this is the Linux architecture, or these are the major components, main components of Unix. And see here, this is the bottom layer, hardware devices. On top of there is a kernel layer is there, on top of, and hardware top of kernel layer, on top of shell layer, on top of we are going to deploy your application, on top of user interact with the application interact with the shell interact with the kernel interact with the hardware devices. Clear? There is five. What are the major components? So what are the components? Hardware layer, this is the hardware components, and this is the kernel. Kernel is nothing but operating system. Don't confuse here. Kernel is nothing but, in Windows we are calling operating system. In Linux flavor we are calling kernel. In Linux flavor we are calling kernel. Clear? See here, same. See, hardware, kernel, shell, application, next user. These are the terminal, printers, disk and all. Whatever you want, we are working with here. And so remaining all are same only. See here, it is a virtualize the common hardware resources of computer to provide each process with its virtual resources. This makes the process seems as it is the sole process running on the machine. The kernel is also responsible for preventing and mitigating conflicts between different processes. So kernel is the main role here. This is nothing but operating system, and operating system interact with shell and hardware devices. So this is the mediator. This is the mediator. This is the shell. This is the hardware. This is the kernel, operating system, and this is your application here, user. Now you can understand. See, what is this? It is a outer layer of Unix operating system. And what is shell? See here, what is shell? These are the main shell, kernel, hardware devices. See, this is the outer layer of Unix operating system. It reads our commands. I am the user, right? I am the user. See here, I am the user. This is the applications. If we send any request, if we send any request, first the request go to who received that request, which layer? Shell. So this is the application. I am the user. For example, I enter my username password. So if you enter username password, application username password, that request go to whom? Shell only. ఎవరికి వెళ్తుంది రిక్వెస్ట్? షెల్కి వెళ్తుంది. సో షెల్కి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత see, it reads our commands, verifies syntax and check whether this corresponding commands related application is valid or not, available or not. If you send any request, if you send any query, and as a user, if you send any query, if you send any request, the request go to shell, received by shell only, and shell is validating whether your query is correct or not, whether syntax is correct or not, so everything you typed properly or not. See, and it is, if everything is proper, then shell interpreter our commands into the kernel, understand, form and hand over to kernel. And so once shell is identify, shell is validating, and same query it will send it to kernel only. Kernel knows what you want, what you are expecting. Now got it? See? And everything fine. And shell act as an interface between user and kernel. So who is the shell? Shell is the mediator between user and kernel. And so hardware shell, who is the mediator? Kernel. Clear, Uday? Any doubt here?
No, sir.
Okay. So these are the some basics. So if you send any request, I am the user. For example, you are the user. This is your application. You given a username password. For example, so Uday, you given some username password, and that password goes to shell. Shell received your request and it is validating. You typed username correctly or not. You typed password correctly or not. Once validation is done, the request sent to kernel only. So shell ఏం చేస్తుంది? If everything validating, it will send it to kernel only. That is the meaning. So here everything written clearly. Just read it. And what is kernel? See here. Now see, shell act as an interface between user and kernel. This is the final word. Shell is act as interface between user and kernel. Shell act as interface between user and kernel. Clear? Now, what is kernel? It is the core component of Unix operating system. This is the core components. So kernel is nothing but this is the operating system. It is responsible for execute your commands. Who is taking care? I am sending command. For example, I given one command. If you send as a user, I send one query. Who will execute this command? Shell is validating and shell send request to kernel and kernel only taking part. See here, it is responsible for execute our commands. Kernel is responsible for executing our commands and it is responsible to interact with the hardware components. Kernel is the responsible. It is responsible for interact with hardware components. Memory allocation, processors allocation will takes care by kernel only. So what's memory, how much memory, and where you want to execute, these and all taking care by kernel only. These and all taking care by kernel only. I hope you got it right. So anyone any doubt here? So it is the core components of Unix operating system. This is like operating system and it is responsible to execute our commands. Kernel is responsible whatever you are sending request and so kernel only taking care and it is responsible to interact with the hardware devices so this is the hardware devices, right? So kernel is the core components and this is the operating system in Linux. And so if you send any request, shell is validating your query, validating your request and syntax and all. Once that is done, it will send it to kernel and kernel is the core components of Unix operating system. It is responsible for executing our commands. That's it. Now see here how end user type the one command. So touch, right? What is touch command? Touch means it is creating one file. The file command will be submit to shell. The command it will go to shell. Shell checks the whether this command is valid or not. If everything working fine, the shell it is proper. Shell interpreters that commands into kernel. Kernel understand form and hand over to kernel. Now see here kernel execute the command and finally see here perform required action. Whatever you want it will perform. Prompt will be display the output. Prompt will be display the output. This is a process. If it is not proper display error message, then terminate the error message here. We are getting error message here. We are getting error message here. Clear? Anyone any doubt here? Now just I am going to execute one command. Now see here, and if you run this command, there is output. See online Linux terminal. For example, I given date command. I given date command and so open terminal. Out where is execute command? No, here go back, leave it. So there is online Linux environment executing. I want to run. It is executed by it. Welcome to, now see here, this is the query. This is the query, and so welcome to DevOps I given. See here, welcome to. Here we cannot edit it, edit. Just I am editing something. Now see here, welcome to DevOps. Just I given something. I given something. This is the query. If you save and if you run means now we can say welcome to DevOps. So this is the output. This is the output. I will show you later. Just I am seeing. So now if something is missing, if it is not given proper way and shell is validate, that is right, shell is validating and this is not correct like this. For example, I given some, I missed O statement. Edit, I missed some O, I removed O and save and I run this command. Now see here, ECH command not found. So it is a validating. Who is validating here? Shell only validating. If shell only validated, now it will send to kernel and kernel only execute our commands. Execute our commands. Clear? Anyone any doubt? Clear, Uday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see here online. So we can use these are the online Unix terminals and all. If you want to, we can work with directly. This is the online and all. And so if you want to work with online editor, if you want to work with any online editor, there is not only this, there is many editors available online, and just go to Google and just copy and paste, we can see these are the editors. Right now I open one editor, right? For practice purpose we can use so we can use anything. And what is this? JS JS JSIX JSIX. Now see here, this is also online editor. So this is also online editor, and if you want to, we can work with so this editor also. If you want to, we can work with this editor also. Open terminal, and it is asking so username, password, and all. What is username here? Type username. Example guest. GU will see GUEST guest, and see here ls. TOU touch space file name. For example, devops.txt. Now see here ls. Now see here file is created. So file is created. File is created. So this is the online. If you want to practice purpose, anyway, I will show you multiple editors. We can use anyone. We can use anyone. So this is also, see, now I given a touch space file name. Now first who will receive this request? Shell. Shell validating this query, whether it is syntax error or not. If there is no syntax error, the request go to whom? The request go to whom? Here. The request go to whom? If you send any query, if you send any command, first it will go to shell. Shell is validate your
Kernel.
query. Next, if it is everything correct, next it will go to kernel.
Kernel.
Kernel only execute our query, and finally it is creating. If any errors and all, again we are getting error message. Again we are getting error message. See here, TOU I given so devops dev ops dot devops1.txt. Actually this command I give, so see here I given wrong command. Now we are getting fail. See here, command not found, TOU. Now got it. So now it is throwing error message. Now it is throwing error message like this. Okay. So this is basics only. Just try it. Now see here, and so it is a free terminal and written in the JavaScript. and we can access by any browser, and we can this use it, we can use this terminal, check whether every basic functionality commands and all. And the most commonly used basic commands, see here, these are the mostly we are using some basic commands: pwd, print current working directory; ls, list of all files and directories; mkdir, create one directory; and cd, change directory; touch, create a file; rm directory, remove the directory; rm means remove the file; pal, display the month and calculator; date, help, and see, display the brief system information; clear the terminal; exit, log out the session. See here, these are the some of the basic commands. So these are now I open online editor, right? Here I open online editor. So now see here, so now here I open online editor. Now if you want to see, clear the screen, see cls, how to increase size, this and all, control enter, alt enter, how to increase, I don't know, is there any option, backspace, escape, show keyboard, control shift, left, right, up, arrow down. I think it won't increase. Okay, now see here, so this is the right, so date command, it will display current date and time. Now observe here, this is the date, pwd, present working directory. So now if you use pwd, see here, I am in slash home guest, I am in slash home guest, I am in slash home guest. Now see here, I want to create one directory. What is the command? mkdir. See, I am giving dev-apps. Now if you want to see the files, ls command. See here, dev-apps directory is created or not? Dev-apps directory is created or not? See, the directory is created. So directory is created. Directory is created. And this is the file. This is the directory. Now see here, touch command to create the file. If you want to go to this directory, change directory. See here, cd space directory name. Which directory you want to go? DevApps. See here, DevApps. Now I am in pwd. Now see here, I am in home guest DevApps. I am in home guest DevApps. Clear. Now see here, touch. If you want to create any file, touch command. touch, touch space. For example, odai, odai.txt. I given. Now ls. Now see here, file is created or not? Under which directory? Under DevApps directory. Under DevApps directory. Under DevApps directory. Now suppose if you want to remove the file rm, just I am showing anyway. Next 1 week we are going to discuss these commands only. Rm file name Odai. If you want to delete the file, now we can delete the file. Now we can delete the file. See here. If you want to remove the directory, if you want to remove the directory, so ls. See, this is the directory, this is the file. So Windows, we have, right, folder, file. What is difference between folder and file? Windows. In Windows terminology, we are calling folder. Linux terminology, we are calling directory. That's it. Nothing. విండోస్లో ఏమంటాం మనం? ఫోల్డర్. విండోస్లో అయితే ఫోల్డర్ అంటాం. సేమ్ వే లైనక్స్కి వచ్చినామంటే డైరెక్టరీ అంటాం. ఇక్కడ ఫైల్, అక్కడ కూడా సేమ్ ఫైల్. వాట్ ఈస్ డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ఫైల్ అండ్ డైరెక్టరీ? వాట్ ఉదయ్?
File directory and the combination of files.
Same story here also. Directory
Yeah.
is nothing but so combination of multiple files and directories. Not only files, we can keep in directories also. For example, this is the one directory, right? DevApps. Okay. Inside this directory, I can create one more directory also. Correct? Folder. That is nothing but one more folder. And if you want to, we can keep in files. Combination of files and directories. Inside directory, we can keep files as well as directories. File means now this is the one file. ఈ ఫైల్ ఏం చేసుకోవచ్చు మనం? వీ కెన్ కీప్ ఓన్లీ డేటా. వీ కెన్ కీప్, వీఆర్ మెయింటైనింగ్ ఓన్లీ డేటా. నవ్ గాట్ ఇట్. సేమ్ స్టోరీ, సేమ్ స్టోరీ ఇఫ్ యూ గో టు హియర్ లైనక్స్ ఆల్సో. సేమ్ స్టోరీ ఇఫ్ యూ గో టు లైనక్స్ ఆల్సో. సో డైరెక్టరీ మీన్స్ వీ కెన్ ఇన్సైడ్ దిస్ డైరెక్టరీ వీ కెన్ క్రియేట్ మల్టిపుల్ ఫైల్స్, మల్టిపుల్ డైరెక్టరీస్. This is the file means we can keep this file related information only here. This file related information only here. That's it. Now see here date calculation. Display the monthly calendar. Monthly calendar. CAL. CAL. Where is this prompt? CAL. See here. If you want to clear the screen, CLR. Clear the screen. See CAL. It will come current month calendar. It will come current month calendar. Current month calendar. Current month calendar. These are some basic commands. Just I am showing date, time, clear, exit. Exit means to log out the session. Help means display the list of commands. Help means list of commands. If you type here help help. See here. These are the list of commands. These are the list of commands. So these are the list of commands. So these are the list of commands. See what is caller, cat, ch mode, cd, cp, date, echo, halt, ls, and see here log name, who displayed and all. So this and all we can check it. So now if you go to here and what is the Linux file system and what are the file systems available, see here, and directory structure. This is very important. In Windows, if you go here, there is different files we can store it, right? So there is text files we can store it, directories we can store it, hidden files we can store, and non-hidden files. See here, normal files, characters, special characters, blocked special files, socket files. These are. If you go here, Windows, if you type any file, for example, I open any Notepad++. If you click on this, if you go here, if you go here, if you go here, anything somewhere, and so see here, if you go here, this is a file, right? So this is a file save as. If you click on save as, and so if you click on here, so see here what type of files we can store save, what type of files we can save it, different files, different format we can save it, right? Yes or no? See here, this is the normal file. Okay, see what are the types of file format. See there is lot of ways we can save your file. I hope you got it, right? See,
Yes, yes.
same way, if you go to Linux also, if you go to Linux also, so these many ways mostly we are see. First character represents type of file, and see D represents that is directory. I this is hyphen means this is normal file. L means this is a linked file. C means this is character special file, like that. Now if you go to here, now I am typing ls command. Now I am typing ls command. So if you give ls ll command, and so here first character we can see D. What is D represents? This is the directory. So here I am seeing only hyphen, that is empty, minus, right, like that. So what is this? This is only file. This is not a directory. And based on this we can easily understand which is the file, which is the directory. And some cases we can see here L, linked file. L represents a linked file, link files. This is also very important. I will explain later. What is difference between a linked files, hard link and soft link? What is difference between hard link and soft link? Very important question. Okay, we'll see later. So these are the types of right, file systems. We can see different types of file systems. This is the command. So see what is the file systems, Linux file systems. In Linux everything is treated as file. So all files are divided into three types. See here, normal file, directories, and device files. So these are the common ways. Normal file means these files contain only data. It can either text files or whatever it may be, or it is binary files. Directory means these files are represent directories. In Windows we can use folder. In Linux terminology we are calling directory. That's it. Inside directory we can create a subdirectories also. If you want, we can create subdirectories also. If you want, we can create subdirectories also. Device files. In this Linux, every device is represents as a file. By using this file, we can communicate with the device. This is the commands and all. Shortcut commands open the terminals and all. Control Alt T open the terminal. Control D, this is the close the terminal. If you want to open any files and those and all, we can use Control D, close the terminal. Control Alt T and open the terminal. This is only for editor, right? Online editor. I will show you next class how to set up in AWS one account and how to open one instance. There we can work all commands. So these are the ls-la. If you use ls-la, and we can check what type of file, whether it is a directory. Now I used this command, right? Now see here, ls-la. ls means a list of files and long format. So ls-l long format. Which command here they given? ls-l, right? ls-l ls-l. Now see here, ls hyphen means list of files and l means long format. See, this is the whether it is file or directory. Based on first character, we can easily identify. See, D represents directory. Here first letter empty represents this is only file. This is only file. This is not a directory. This is not a directory. This is only file. This is not a directory. This is the directory. This is the directory. I hope you got it right.
Yes.
Okay. Based on this, we can check it. Now these are some directory normal files and L means linked file. Right now we don't have any linked files. We don't have any socket files. We don't have any black special files. We don't have any.
Yeah,
I will show
special.
you later all these things. Now next class I will show you some basic Linux commands and how to work with Linux commands and how to create a directory. These all are the commands only. Next class I will show you how to set up and how to play with a few Linux commands and all. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. So next class these are starts with commands only. Next class I will show you first how to set up one Linux machine and how to play with how to execute some basic Linux commands and all we'll see. So clear guys. So that's it.